Welcome to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're joining me today because we are going to break down an absolutely masterclass approach to educational design. We're looking at an excerpt from a document called The Junior Detective's Guide to Critical Thinking. Usually when we think about designing a lesson, we pour all of our energy into the heavy lifting, right? The introduction, the core concepts, the main activities. But today, we're flipping that entirely on its head. We are going to look exclusively at the very end of a presentation. We're going to deconstruct exactly how you close out a lesson in a way that actually makes the learning stick. And that brings us to the ultimate question for today. How do you keep young minds engaged after the lesson ends? Just think about it for a second. The screen goes black, the book closes, class is over. How do you stop all that wonderful critical thinking from just evaporating? Well, the source material we're looking at answers this through a highly specific, meticulously designed 2-minute concluding segment. It's referred to as Slide 9 in the curriculum guide, and let me tell you, it is an absolute powerhouse of psychology and pedagogy.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1, the motivational closing.
The foundational philosophy behind the Junior Detective's Guide is actually incredibly simple. Fostering critical thinking doesn't stop when the lesson is over. The creators of this curriculum clearly understood that a conclusion shouldn't be a wall, it needs to be a bridge. They specifically designed this ending to make sure kids stay critically engaged with their surroundings long after the formal, structured lesson is done. It's really about transforming an isolated classroom activity into a continuous, real-world lens for the child.
Moving right along, let's look at Section 2, Visualizing the Reward.
Let's actually break down the on-screen elements of Slide 9 because they are engineered for a very specific psychological outcome. First up, look at that heading, Great Job, Super Detectives. This isn't just a generic, boring "the end" screen. It acts as a symbolic badge of honor that instantly validates the child's effort. Then we have the cheerful, waving detective character. This animation maintains a friendly parasocial connection with the learner, so the goodbye feels warm and intentional. It's a massive upgrade from the usual, "Any questions? No? Okay, bye," that we're all so used to. And finally, that subtitle promises more thinking adventures, which totally sets the stage for what's coming next.
And this brilliantly illustrates how visual cues pair up with the narrative goal. According to the guide, the background of this final slide features a really subtle hint of the next topic. Specifically, it's a simple shape-sorting activity hanging out just behind the main character. Now, this isn't just random decoration. This visual perfectly synchronizes with the goal of teasing future activities. It acts exactly like a visual Easter egg, planting a little seed in the child's mind. That way, when they log in next time, they already feel a sense of familiarity and are totally primed for continuous critical thinking fun.
Next up, Section 3, Scripting the Goodbye.
So here is the exact 2-minute narration that goes along with those visuals. Listen closely to the specific word choices here. It goes, "You've earned your Super Detective badge today. Keep those eyes and ears sharp and keep observing the amazing world around you. We'll see you next time for more critical thinking fun and more exciting detective missions." I mean, what a fantastic piece of dialogue. Notice the word earned. It completely validates their hard work. And the word sharp? That is doing some heavy lifting to reinforce the child's brand new identity. They aren't just students sitting at a desk anymore. They are active, sharp-eyed observers of the real world. When we break down the psychology behind that script, we uncover a highly structured 3-step arc. Step 1, validate with a symbolic reward. Telling them they've earned their Super Detective badge gives them that hit of immediate closure and pride. Step 2, assign an ongoing mission. Saying keep observing effectively transitions the learning straight from the screen out into their living room or their backyard. And Step 3, build anticipation for the future. "We'll see you next time," ensures they are primed, pumped up, and excited to return. It's just a perfectly logical flow from an immediate reward right into future anticipation.
And finally, Section 4, Fostering Ongoing Curiosity.
Everything we've looked at today, the waving character, the hidden shape-sorting visual, the carefully scripted badge of honor, it all serves this single overarching objective. Keep young learners observing the amazing world around them. The true goal of the Junior Detective curriculum isn't just to teach a concept in a vacuum and move on. It's to make curiosity a continuous daily habit. By putting so much care into the last 2 minutes of the presentation, they literally ensure that the lesson lives on in the child's everyday life.
So the crucial point here is understanding exactly what the source material has pulled off. They have created the perfect motivational closing. According to the guide, a motivational closing is a concluding segment intended to leave students excited for their next intellectual adventure. Yes, it wraps up the current session neatly, but way more importantly, it subtly introduces future activities and leaves the learner feeling totally empowered and hungry for more.
As we wrap up our own explainer today, I want to leave you with this final thought, drawing on everything we've uncovered from the Junior Detective's Guide. If a carefully constructed 2-minute slide has the sheer power to validate a child's effort, assign them a real-world mission, and literally turn them into a lifelong detective, how can we redesign our own endings? Whether it's in our own work, our presentations, our educational efforts, how do we spark that exact same endless curiosity? Think about the last thing you leave your audience with, and ask yourself, is it a wall or is it a bridge to their next adventure? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep observing.